Hey, what's going on? It's Doug Cunnington here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the aged site case study, and I'm going to tell you where I'm sending the links and the sort of anchor text for the backlinks as well. So if you're unfamiliar with the case study, basically I purchased a done-for-you site. It was aged at least 6 months, and I'm trying to outsource basically all the activities and start making money as soon as possible, which is the goal for most people. So with that said, what I'm trying to do is get links in the sort of most natural way, which seems sort of funny to say out loud because links should come naturally, right? But we sort of want to accelerate the process, and backlinks, in my opinion, are really important to help get your site started quickly and to start ranking as quickly as possible. Essentially, I'm trying to emulate what other sites have as far as the anchor text ratio and where the links go. So it's pretty easy to just go look and see what some other sites have for their backlink profile. So let's go take a look at some of those. We're going to look at 3 sites. We're going to take a look at the overall link profile. We're going to use a tool called Ahrefs. And we're also going to look at where the links are going to the site, whether it's the homepage or other places on the site. And then we'll look at the anchor text for each of these 3 sites. We're starting at QuickSprout here, which is Neil Patel's blog. He has a couple blogs. When you take a look, you can see that, there's a lot of links going to this baby. There's a lot of action going on. It's ranking for a lot of keywords, and just over time, it has grown in general. We're going to look at the backlinks here. So best pages by incoming links. And you can see I've filtered on no 301 redirects or anything, just normal links coming in. And basically you see the majority of the links are going to the homepage or these sort of top pages like the blog or the SEO resources. So next we're going to look at the anchor text. And by the way, because most of the links are going to the homepage, it looks like 50%, something like that. I didn't do the math, but there's quite a few going to the homepage there. When you look at the anchor text, you'll notice that most of the backlinks are indeed using the anchor text QuickSprout in 2 different versions, one with a space, one without, Neil Patel, and then naked URL. And then further, you'll see the rest are just sort of random. Again, the majority are using branded anchor text. So when we look over at my site, Niche Site Project, you will see hopefully a similar thing, although way fewer links. So things are going all right here. And I'm getting, I have a few links coming in and that sort of thing. So that's great. You'll see most of the links do indeed go to the homepage, and they are sort of sprinkled throughout. All right. So again, I filtered on non-301s and no weird stuff going on, just the links that are sort of normal and there's no redirects. And then when you look at the anchor text, you'll see Niche Site Project shows up. These dots are, I think it's some sort of spam going on, but I don't worry about those too much. Further, so you see the number of referring domains, and most of the referring domains are indeed going to the homepage. They're pointing to the homepage, and then the rest are sort of throughout. Next, we'll look at Backlinko, Brian Dean's site here. So when you look here, you'll see just constant growth along the way, which is fantastic. Again, a lot of backlinks, a lot of referring domains, and just ranking for a ton of keywords. When we look at where those links are going, there's a little difference here. This, to my knowledge, was one of the first publicized skyscraper techniques on Backlinko. So it's the Google ranking factors, and that's actually the majority of the backlinks when you look at the sheer number. But when you look at the referring domains, it's a little bit less than the homepage. That said, this one's a little bit different because, this Google ranking factors was a big deal, and it was sort of groundbreaking in that it was the showcase of the skyscraper technique. So a little bit different, but still, there's a lot of links going to the homepage here. When we look at the anchor text, again, similar situation. So branded anchor text, Backlinko, the person's name, Brian Dean, backlinko.com, and so on. So this is where I'm drawing my conclusion. A lot of links are going to be going to the homepage. A lot of the links are going to be branded, whether they're going to the homepage or inner pages, and the breakdown is probably going to be safe at a 50-50 point. So 50% of the links going to the homepage, 50% of the links going to inner pages. That is just a ballpark. So let's get back to the discussion here. And with that, you can see it's fairly straightforward. You don't have to get it exactly right. I mean, there's a huge range. Obviously, there are millions or billions of websites out there. And basically, I'm aiming for 50% of the links to go to the homepage and 50% of the links to go to other inner pages. So those could be informational posts. Those could be like affiliate review type posts, as long as they're going like to internal links and not the homepage. Now, as far as the anchor text, again, through the analysis, you could pretty quickly see that it is pretty straightforward. So a lot of the anchor text is branded anchor text, regardless of the site. If you go start exploring, you will see a lot of links going like directly to the homepage with the branded anchor text. So for Niche Site Project, it would be Niche Site Project. And a lot of other times you may see like the person's name attached to it. So that could be a route as well. And you could do variations of it. So Niche Site Project is fairly straightforward. It stands alone, but you could say the Niche Site Project website. It would be sort of wordy. That would kind of be weird for me to do that, but bloggers from all over the world link to different sites, and they may have different like articles and prefixes and suffixes that they add on to the phrase, and that's totally normal. It's kind of unusual, in my opinion, to have like a naked URL these days. So that would be like nichesiteproject.com. That's kind of weird. Like most people, put the link like on anchor text and provide some sort of description or something like that. So it's kind of weird to have a naked anchor text at this point. But you see that often, especially with like gray hat SEO, where they're just trying to make it look more natural. So branded anchor text is really good. Now, when you're linking to the internal pages, I sort of do a combination of a few things. Essentially, randomness is my guide. I want it to look natural and sort of just no pattern, right? I don't want to have a pattern there. So with that said, branded anchor text is also okay for internal pages, even if you're trying to rank some other term like how to do keyword research, right? So maybe a link would have Niche Site Project and it would link to a page about how to do keyword research. That is also normal, all right? That's totally normal. It could also be the exact match. You want to, tread lightly on that, but a lot of times when you see pages that are ranking like number 1, number 2, number 3, they have a pretty high amount of anchor text that is the exact phrase that they're trying to rank for. A lot of times it's the title of the post or somehow included in the title of the post. And it is very natural to link to a post with the title of the post. So with that said, you can be a little more aggressive and just adjust as you go. I wouldn't go overboard, right? I wouldn't do like 60% exact match like keywords for your anchor text. But if you did, 10 to 20%, it's probably okay. Again, you could always adjust and have more links going to one of those inner pages and use different anchor text. It'll change over time. Now, I'll also mention that sometimes like you just end up with a lot of links in a natural way pointing to a certain page, and maybe it's exact match because that is the most natural way for someone to link to it. So, it's okay to use exact match anchor text sometimes. However, I usually prefer like longer phrases with a partial match. So maybe like keyword research would be like a partial match in the anchor text. Again, you want like randomness, you want to like have natural links. And I encourage you to go check out like some of the, tools that are out there to review the backlink profile for bigger sites. And you'll see this pattern that I'm describing, which is generally random. However, a lot of links go to the home page with branded. A lot of links go to internal pages that are partial matches, or sometimes like a branded like anchor text. So if you have any questions about links or anchor text, please leave a comment below. And in another video, which should be coming out soon, or it's already out depending on when you're watching this, I will talk about the services that I'm using to get these links and guest posts and all that stuff. So thanks for watching. If you want more info on the Age Site case study, you can go to nichesiteproject.com/ASCS for the Age Site case study. And there's a bunch of other videos about this topic as well. And if you're brand new to the channel, have a look at some of the other videos. If you like it, please subscribe. Thanks.